Now today we're going to talk about a drug charge that changed Rob Van Dam's career for good. Now as you know, RVD, WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam is not shy about expressing his love for the green, and he hasn't been over the years. But in the year 2006, it got him into a lot of trouble. Now this happened when he was traveling back from a show in West Virginia, Philadelphia, along with his good friend Sabu, when he was pulled over by the cops. And everything, was going well at first. Cops were even joking, with the two WWE superstars. And that was until they smoked something weird, something fishy in their car. And that's exactly what happened. The cops started searching their car and they discovered Rob Van Dam to be holding 18 grams of marijuana along with 5 Vicodins. And his friend Sabu, he was found holding drug paraphernalia along with 9 tablets of testolactone. Both RVD and Sabu were arrested, and both of them later posted bond. And as I said, the timing of this arrest, it couldn't have been any worse, especially for Rob Van Dam, as he was in the middle of a major monster push of his career. He had just won the WWE Championship of none other than John Cena at ECW's One Night Stand just a few weeks ago on June the 11th, 2006. WWE was also in the midst of trying to revive the ECW brand, and RVD, of course, he was holding its reinstated ECW title as well. So you can imagine Rob Van Dam, holding the WWE's ECW title as well as defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship. He was in the middle of a monster push. And everything went south when he got arrested. When WWE learned of his arrest, they not only suspended Rob Van Dam for 30 days, but this was something that changed his career forever. WWE.com also released a statement saying that he would be allowed to compete on Monday Night Raw and ECW TV for the next 2 nights. And while you might think that this was a good thing, it was actually not, because they allowed him to compete while they conducted an investigation. But this was just their way of allowing Rob Van Dam to drop the title belts before being sent home. Just wrestling, how it works, you know how it works, and this is how it worked for Rob Van Dam. Now fans at that time, of course, they were disappointed, but none of them were too surprised. I'm pretty sure you're not surprised either. That's just classic RVD for you, but the timing that it happened, it just couldn't have been any worse. A lot of fans correctly predicted on social media that he would be dropping the WWE Championship to Edge the following Monday night on Raw, and that is exactly what happened. Rob Van Dam, he went on to drop the WWE Championship to Edge on Monday Night Raw in a triple threat match, which also included John Cena. And on the very next night on ECW, Rob Van Dam dropped the ECW Championship to the Big Show. Now, if the drug arrest hadn't happened, do you think that Rob Van Dam's career would have been any different? Do you think that Rob Van Dam actually regrets the events of that night, the night that he and Sabu got arrested? There was no way that he would have been the longest reigning WWE champion in the history of the company. That's Rob Van Dam's exact words. A lot of people also think that that was the night ECW was dropped for good as well. Rob Van Dam does not agree. He says that most people think that it was just a transitional period. Obviously, Rob Van Dam does not feel that, if they were not arrested, things would have been different. He does not think so. What's more surprising is that RVD says that he will never apologize for that event. And now, since he's a WWE Hall of Famer, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't have to apologize. But what's more interesting is that RVD feels that this couldn't have happened at a better time. He feels that it wasn't even big of a deal. RVD has said that if he wasn't the WWE or ECW World Champion at that time, nobody would have cared about the arrest, and it wouldn't have been all over the news. Do you agree with that? I'm not sure if I do, but let us know what you think. Now, Rob Van Dam, does he have no regrets? He says that he does, a little bit maybe. He says that the day he and Sabu pulled into the Philly arena, he apologized to Vince McMahon, who obviously was disappointed in the two. Obviously, there were big plans for Rob Van Dam, which had to be dropped because of the incident. Now, Rob Van Dam did feel that he was letting people down, that he let people down due to his arrest. But he says that that's just what emotion does. RVD says that we are all victims of emotion as it takes place of logic. And until you figure things out, you're a victim of emotion. So RVD, instead of being too emotional at that time, he saw the bigger picture. And that's just how things goes for Rob Van Dam. So does he have regrets? Maybe, but will he say sorry? I don't think so. What happened in the end was that he posted a $100 fine for the possession of marijuana. But since he was suspended from the WWE, it did cost him a hefty amount. It cost him about $30,000 to $40,000 easily. But here's the most interesting thing. When his suspension period came to an end, RVD actually asked for more time off. He wanted more time off than just a month. And he says that those were his favorite months of his contract. That's how much he wanted out of the business, the industry for that time. And that's how much he missed being home. Now, if you look at it, it cost him easily about $30,000 to $40,000. He was sitting at home for over 30 days, but he still calls that period the best period of his contract. It comes to show that the insane WWE schedule can be too hard to handle, even for Hall of Famers such as Rob Van Dam. But what happened in the end, even with his ups and downs, even with the arrest, the drug possession, the fine, the suspension, Rob Van Dam is a happy man and he's now a Hall of Famer. What we learn from this story is no matter how hard things are, no matter how negative things can be, you gotta be positive, you gotta be high, and you gotta keep rolling and keep being like RVD. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave you with the exclusive footage of his arrest and Sabu's arrest.
Yeah, the speed limit is 55. I checked your speed at 73.
Oh, I thought it was 65. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We were wrestling in Huntington tonight on our way to Columbus.
Who are you wrestling for?
WWE.
Is that right?
Nobody else.
I don't follow wrestling.
No, I just mean we're like, you know.
Somebody on TV or something?
Yeah, he's world champion.
What do you go by?
Rob Van Dam, RVD.
Oh, okay. I've heard of you.
Yeah.
What's your name, boss?
Sabu.
Sabu. Well, it's 55, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I thought it was 65.
You're rolling pretty hard.
I don't need to do that.
You always drive with your shirt off?
It was very hot leaving the area. No, I don't.
You
but it
wrestled
was,
tonight?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Do you have any marijuana, guns, knives, drugs, anything like that in the vehicle? Can you explain to me why your car smells like dope?
And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click the subscribe button and share this rare story with your friends and your network. And I will see you with another very interesting story very soon.